We're so glad you could make it today. Um, just want to remind you guys that if you are not connected to the Wi-Fi yet, please do so. The password is right over there. Okay, so before we move on, okay, let me introduce myself, your host. Hi, my name is Samantha. I will be your host for this whole afternoon, and I'm actually the lead of GDG Cloud KL. Woo! The new lead. Okay, so for those who are not familiar with GDG, we are a group of developers who share our experiences in building applications with open source technologies. So if you want to join, please come see me. Okay, so now we have organized various events from talks, workshops, hackathons, etc. And now our first in-person study jam. Actually, this is our GCP season 5. So it's been 5 years already. Now, I believe you have seen our agenda. We have a packed session of events today. Okay. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite our keynote speaker, Michael, the country head of customer engineering at Google, to share on a few words to pump us up before we start. Michael? Okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael. I lead the technical team here in Google Cloud. Firstly, congratulations. Saturday afternoon, you guys come and study. So I can imagine, right, in university, all of you are like super geeks and nerds. Just like me, I love to study. I hope you all have, maybe show of hands, who's here to get the swags? It's okay, guys, be yourself. Yeah. Because those who raise their hands, they're brave enough and they're going to get swags. So, but maybe a couple of you would like to share why are you here for 4 hours on a Saturday afternoon? Anyone? Just don't worry. Later there'll be swags, but get yourself warmed up. Yeah. Why don't you share?
I just like to be the community.
You just like the community. Yeah? It's awesome, right? People who think alike, who is motivated the same way. Anyone else? Why are you here at GCP Bole season 5? Anyone? Yeah. Networking, finding friends, and you have a T-shirt that I said that I don't even have. Google Cloud, GCP Bole, that's very nice. Season 4. Anyone else? One more. Why are you guys? Yeah.
I think it's a great way to start with motivation to explore GCP platform.
All right. And have you explored other platforms in the past?
Yes.
All right. It's cool. Now, there's a huge reason why we do this, right? There's a huge reason why we invest so much in learning in Malaysia. What is the one tech trend that is so hot today? Anyone? AI, right? And how many of you are still in school, university and all? All right, great. And how many of the rest of you are working already? Yeah? And you know, technology is such that you don't need to have 20 years to get to a certain level. The faster you learn, the faster you leapfrog others. That's the industry we're in, right? Don't need to wait for a long time before you can master something. The faster you learn, the faster you get ahead. And AI is one big area that, for those of you who are going to graduate, or huge bright future for you guys. But to do AI, what are the fundamentals that you need? What's really important? Anyone? Good hardware. How? Like Siri, is it on your phone? Well, I don't know who uses Siri, but no, I was just kidding. Good infrastructure. Things that can scale, things that you can use to learn quickly and to derive whatever inferences you want very quickly. What else? What else do you need to do amazing AI work for the companies that you're going to work in? Anyone? Sorry? Good data. Data, accessible data. Data that you can, data that will be useful, meaningful data, right? Super important. What else?
Billing, for example.
Cost. So meaning?
The cost of the infrastructure.
Okay, so you like to pay a lot of money for infrastructure? No, I don't think so, right? Infrastructure that you can, pay for whatever you use, basically, right? But what about somebody? You talk about data. But AI is also, what's really important in AI is also security, data security, right? So I'm not sure if you're going to cover this. Are you going to cover AI today? We are, right? Try to see how Google does AI differently. You use Bard, you use ChatGPT, right? Those are foundation models that anybody can use. But what will make it meaningful to your business or to wherever you do is bring your own data to let Bard or all these PaLM models learn. But you don't want to let this data, let ChatGPT learn, and then teach it to other competitors, right? So the way we implement it in GCP, I think we'll cover it a little bit, is very unique. So learn it fast, because that will be a very, very important next 5 years for all of you. Super huge opportunity in Malaysia. So today we're just talking about one of the companies that is doing generative AI with us, what they want to do, allowing their internal staff to do search of their analytics engine of any type of document. So it makes things faster, right? I'm sure you'll use ChatGPT for your thesis, right? All laughing, I know. Right? So think about AI that way. And to do AI, guys, it's not just about magic. It's not just about using an software as a service. You need to know how to secure your infrastructure. You need to know how to manage your environment. You need to know how to manage your cloud account. You know how to manage your bill, your cost. Otherwise, AI costs will be high. So there are some customers who say, hey, I want to build my own ChatGPT. Sure, if you have 1 billion ringgit, right? It's really, really expensive. You need to host your data. You know how much data Bard and ChatGPT have to go through every day? It's impossible to do it yourself, right? So things like that, this is a good starting place. Today is a nice in-person kickoff, but follow through the rest of the session. How many weeks do we have for this GCP? Wow, I love the commitment. So after 1 month, hopefully we have a close off, and I hope to see more people here. Yeah. So go through it. Get your first few steps into GCP and what is possible with AI. So of all the cloud players, GCP has one of the most advanced AI capabilities in the planet because of the heritage that Google has. For example, in YouTube, we have so much AI at the back end, you don't even know, right? So we're bringing all of those capabilities to the front. If you Google up Codey, C-O-D-E-Y, that's our universal speech model. There are many universal models. There are many large language models, but universal models are very rare. Universal models are models that can handle multiple problems at the same time. And why? Because we train it on YouTube. Speech to text, text to speech. A wealth of information, right? So the experience, the ability, all that Google has done is search, YouTube, photos, what else? Waze, maps, all of that is being manifested through GCP. All the tools that you have are the tools that our engineers use at the back end, all right? So make your 4 hours this Saturday worth your while. Then please go back and take your spouse out for a nice dinner, all right? Except for the university students. Unless you guys are married, I don't know. But okay. So enjoy yourself. My team member Arvin is here. He's the lead analytics engineer for us in Malaysia. So you're gonna have a good time with him as well, yeah? Okay. Awesome. Now, before I go, can I just take a Wi-Fi with you guys? How do we do this? I don't know how to do this. I'm going to stand in this corner. We are going to do this, all right? Okay, everybody. Oh, here. All right, Arvin, you stand with me. All right, everybody, look here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, have fun, guys. All right. Sam.
Thank you so much, Michael. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite Amrita, our technical project manager at Google, to share with you what GCP Boleh is all about.
Everyone. I hope you're all super inspired already after Michael's keynote session. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We're super excited to see all of you here on a Saturday afternoon, coming and spending time for like 4 hours with us. And yeah, so I know that I met many of you last week, so I don't want to bore you with my introduction again, but so hi again, I'm Amrita. I manage the developer programs in Southeast Asia. I lead also the developer communities in Singapore and Malaysia. So thanks again for being here. I just want to get started a little with what GCP Boleh is all about. I know many of you here are OGs. You've been joining GCP Boleh like since, I don't know, season 1. I think I see a lot of familiar faces, like even all these shirts. Yeah, that's GCP Boleh, like the first season. So for those of you who are joining for the first time, I just want to share a little about what GCP Boleh is all about. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I just want you to know that, I've been getting a lot of questions about whether GCP Boleh is friendly to beginners. Those of you who have never used GCP before, I get that you feel a little intimidated when you see this whole, quests and all the skill badges that are being shared on the website. You find it rather intimidating. I've been getting a lot of messages lately asking if we can participate for beginners. So I want you to know that it is open to everyone. This is really meant for those who are getting started and also those who have already been using the platform for quite some time. You would have a very supportive community to help you and to guide you through this entire journey. So don't feel, don't feel any thing. I mean, that anything is holding you back or any challenges would be there for you along the way. So yeah, this is what GCP Boleh is about. So we're going to talk about app mod, infra mod, security, and AI and ML. So in the past, we had mainly infra mod and also AI and ML, but we noticed that we have a diverse community over here who are interested in different sections of the platform as well. So which is why this year we decided to include app mod and also security. So for those of you who have not registered yet, I hope that you take this chance to register and get started with GCP Boleh this week. Okay, so here's another question we've been getting for the past few weeks. So we had people asking us, what are the quests that would qualify you to be a part of this 1 month long campaign? So if you check our website, you would see that all these quests are listed out over there. So when you get started, those of you who have already received the welcome email, you would have received through that email 2 links. And you can get started using those links to get your 1 month access. And once you've gotten that, you're free to explore any of these quests. You would have this whole 1 month free access where you can explore any of these quests and also other quests on Quick Labs platform as well. But to qualify, to win the swags and all, you would have to go through these lists and make sure that you complete these quests instead. Okay? Yeah, speaking about swags, okay, I know Michael asked earlier who came here for the swags. Come on, guys, be honest. I've been there too, so show me, like, a hand, okay, we have someone who's brave enough to. Anyone else? Okay, everyone is here for the swags. Okay. Yeah, so when I first started, I'm going to be super honest. I joined for the swags too. And I know as much as the swags can be, super exciting, there's another thing I want you all to remember is that the entire learning journey, I know when I first started, I felt that, the swags is the main attraction over there. But, and there are points like, there would be a point where you feel like you just want to finish up the quest. You just want to complete like all those 14 quests and get those stuff over there that you see. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, there were moments where I felt like, okay, I just have to finish this up so I can win that. But it was along the way I realized the value that these quests bring into my personal growth. especially being a student, I didn't have much experience on the cloud platform myself. So I majored in AI, so it was very mathematical. There wasn't much experience, hands-on experience on the cloud platforms. And it was through GCP Boleh, I think it was season 2 or 3, I can't remember. That's when I got familiarized with Google Cloud Platform. And it has really helped me throughout my journey and my career as well. So as much as I would love all of you to be excited about the swags, remember, when you do the quest, don't just copy paste the code. Don't just finish it up in 10 minutes. I know it can be like, I mean, each lab might be an hour, but you can finish it up in 10 minutes. But as much as you're tempted to do that, try to understand what you're doing as well along the way, because it would be really worth your time. Okay. And for those of you who haven't registered yet, this is our page. So if you haven't registered yet, this is, I'll just take a pause and let you all register. Once you're done, I'll give you probably like 30 seconds. Just get the link. Yeah, I hear someone mentioning Slack. Any of you had any trouble logging into our Slack channel? Okay, yeah, let's give it a shot.
When I tried using the same email, it doesn't allow me.
Ah, okay. Did you try using this link?
Yeah, it's for us to the email, right?
Mhm.
So for job, but when I click at it, it should say that you don't have this workspace in your URL.
Ah, okay. I think if you're getting that error message saying that you're not part of the workspace, it should resolve if you sign in and try to log into that workspace. Otherwise, just feel free to reach out to me after this, or probably during the break time. We'll try to figure this out. Yeah, everyone got the registration page? Yeah? Good, okay. Yeah, also for those of you who have already registered and had trouble signing in and getting your free access, you can always go to this link over here and just have a look at how you can get started. I'll give you a second to get this link as well. Okay, all good. All right, let's go to the next page. And once you're done, I hope you're all not done yet. Take some time to understand what you're doing as well along the way. But once you're done, here's another video for you to understand the process of claiming the swags, which is also a very important part of this whole thing. Yeah, so if you want to take a picture of this, I'll give you a moment as well. But don't worry, we'll be sending out an email as well, like to guide you through the process after this. Okay. All right. Yeah, so now that we've talked about GCP Boleh, I just wanted to quickly share about how we would love to help you out throughout your journey as well. So after you join GCP Boleh, I'm pretty sure many of you are going to have a good hang of what the process is like and how to use the platform. And I'm pretty sure you'd be inspired through the badges that you've done to get started with your own project. So what we're doing is we have this program for innovators who are interested to use the platform to work on your personal projects. So here's the link for you to apply to get access. You'll get free access, and you can work on your own projects on GCP. So I'll give you a moment to take this link up also. Okay, let's move on. We have, yeah. And for those of you who are early in your startup journey, if you're students who want to get started, we also have this link over here, which is meant for startups. You can use this link to apply and get access as well to get started with your journey. And if you've already been in the startup ecosystem and you would like to get some help with the cloud credits as well, there's this Scale initiative as well for you to sign up. So yeah. All right. That's all from me. Thank you, everyone, for being such amazing participants. Thank you so much for joining us today again. And since I'm feeling very generous today, I would like to ask a few questions from what we've talked about for the past, I don't know, 15 minutes. And if you answer, I have these really cute sunnies over here. Okay. Huh? I mean, since you all are here for swags anyways, I brought some swags. So yeah, let me just ask you a couple of questions, and whoever answers this, you get this, okay? Deal? Yeah? And I'll let Sam decide who she wants to pick. Okay, whoever Sam sees first. Okay. Huh. So I didn't prepare any questions, but since all of you are here for the swags, I thought I might as well come up with some questions. Okay. Yeah, so everyone is excited about the swag, so I'm pretty sure you have this in mind. Yeah, so if you want to get tier 2, how many quests do you think you'd have to complete? Sorry. Okay. Congrats. That was a very easy one. What's your name, by the way? Okay, and are you a student or? Okay, UM? UKM. Congrats! Congrats on your first swag. Okay. So I also mentioned what are the topics we're going to cover today, right? And we would be revolving around 4 streams. Anyone remembers? What are those 4 streams we're looking at? Okay.
Before modernization and modernization.
You're reading it, don't you? Okay, you got it anyways, so congrats. Yeah, so that's all that I'm giving away for now. Our speakers would be giving out more swags. I hope they have more interesting ones as well. So yeah, thanks again for joining. I hope you have a great experience, a great learning experience, and have fun while you're at it as well. So thank you.
So thank you, Amrita, for introducing us to GCP Boleh. Okay, so now we are going to move on to our code along session 1. But before that, I would like to let you guys know that if you're ever stuck along the session, please just raise your hands and one of our facilitators will come and help you. All right? Okay, so now for starting our track 1, we will be performing a hands-on workshop on how to perform foundational data, machine learning, and AI tasks in Google Cloud. For that, I would like to invite Arvin, a lead solution consultant at Google, to lead the first track. Welcome, Arvin.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I think we already shared my name and role. So I'm working in Google for last 6 months. Before I started working in Google, I was working with Microsoft for 3.5 years in Microsoft Malaysia. So I really like, colorful company, Google. It's really, developer mindset company and a lot of technology. And I see the people are really passionate about, Google logo, getting the, Google logo t-shirts. So I really, really, really enjoy that journey. And today I really feel, young and energetic because I see that there are many, many young people here. So I really feel so much energetic, and I hope that I can contribute in your learning today, right? So can I ask you a few questions? I mean, who is using the GCP for more than 5 years? Anyone using the GCP platform more than 5 years? 4 years? 3 years? 2 years? Oh, really? Okay. More than 1 year? Okay. Okay. So one question I'm going to ask another, I mean, is if anyone can help me to know the 10 features of BigQuery, you will get a swag. 10 features of BigQuery. Anyone? Anyone can tell the 10 features of BigQuery? BigQuery is doing this, BigQuery is doing this. 1 second.
Machine learning,
Mm-hmm.
they can query the data very fast.
Okay.
They can store a large volume of the data.
Sorry?
It can store a large volume of data.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it process the data very fast.
So that's you already
Uh,
K3. You can take help from your friends also. It's fine.
it integrate with BI tools.
Sorry?
It integrate with the BI tools like the
Four.
dashboard.
Okay, 4. Four. I'm sure as a few people have already done the Google already. No, not yet. Yeah. But I see that you people are really honest, not raising the hands even after doing the Google also. You can ask for expert help also from Google. Somebody already done the Google already. If you look at the screen can also help you. I'm just giving you a hint. Anyone, even after doing the Google search, can also raise the hand to tell 10 features of the BigQuery. At least 10. Okay. It's scalable easily. Supports SQL. Supports serverless.
And then it supports AI integration
AI integration.
and BI integration,
BI integrations.
query collaboration with the other members.
Yeah.
I think around 6 already.
Okay, don't look at them. These are not the 10 features, or you may be wrong. So not all the 10
data
features here.
encryption,
Sorry?
data encryption,
Data encryption, right?
real-time data streaming,
Real-time data streaming.
it can use to build predictions model.
Prediction, ML.
Spatial analysis.
Spatial analysis, geospatial analysis.
Yeah, it's 10.
Okay, cool. Maybe, I mean, someone can, Cool. So maybe now we can start the session. Okay, cool. So actually, if you think about the data cloud, right? In the cloud, the data products and data services, when we can say that, this is a perfect data cloud. It depends on the characteristic of the data cloud. The data cloud which we want to use to do what? Data massaging, data cleaning, data processing, data visualization, quality of the data, right? That platform should be able to support us to do all the kind of data processing and data activities. So what is the characteristic of the data? The characteristic of the data is like data cloud should be serverless. As a user, I do not need to spend configure the compute and all. I just simply fire the query and the system should be able to support us. Not only supporting SQL, but also supporting other languages also. Because nowadays, every developer has their own choice. Somebody wants to use the Go language, somebody wants to use the Python, somebody wants to use the SQL. So it's completely developer's choice. And it should have data exchange. So if you as a developer developing something within your data cloud, and you want to share with your data with your friends those data, so data exchange capability should be in the data cloud. What else? The expectation that you have actually in terms of data cloud capabilities. Anyone apart from this slide? Sorry? Data archival. Good, very good. Anyone else thinking out of the box in terms of the data characteristic the cloud should provide? No worry. So I mean, these are the important characteristics that as a data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist, you want to leverage the platform. The platform should have these kind of capabilities. And one second. Now, this is the Google Data Cloud. So I know that you all came here for learning. You all are going to attend the quest. But the important part here is that you understand the concept. You going through the quest, you finishing the quest, maybe you will be the winner, right? You will get the good swag. But the learning is very important for you for the long term. You should be able to understand that what Google Data Cloud is providing. So Google Data Cloud is definitely on the left-hand side. You see the important part that we should discuss always is the governance, right? The governance means that the access of the data. If there is a PIA data, how those PIA data can be controlled by the Google Data Clouds. So the left-hand side is completely on the governance layer. And the top layer is data consumption layer, which means that if your data is available in data cloud, Google Data Cloud, how those data will be consumed by the consumer, the BI layer, business intelligence visualization tools, how they can access the data, and how the data science team can access the data, Vertex AI, right? That's the consumption layer. But the important point is that before consumption, how can I bring the data into the cloud, right? So that is my data ingestion layer at the bottom. At the bottom, this is a data ingestion layer. So there are various ways you can ingest the data into the cloud. Data might comes to the cloud in the real time. Data might come to the cloud in a batch mode also. And also, if there are some kind of services, there are products on the on-premises, not in the cloud, on-premises, those products are generating the data. How can we, safely we can bring those data into the cloud? So there are various, approaches: batch data, bulk transfer. And there is any application like SAP, which is running on the on-premises, you can do the SaaS integration also. So once you ingest the data into the cloud, then the middle is data storage layer. You can see my cursor, right? So this is a data storage layer, which is a middle layer. Here you store the data. Now the Google is a cloud which not only supporting the data within the cloud, if you have a data in AWS, if you have a data into the Microsoft data lake. So Google is have a very good integration to make sure that if you want to leverage or explore the data into the AWS S3 or data is in Microsoft, with the help of Google BigQuery, you can query those data as well. So Google is a completely multi-cloud, they always emphasize the multi-cloud data processing as well. So on the right-hand side is like you ingest the data, you store the data, then you do the data cleaning, data processing. Then on the right-hand side, you can see the data processing layer. You can do in a SQL, you can do in a Spark. If you are a Hadoop-based, using the Hadoop-based system, you can do that processing on the right-hand side also. Right. So this is overall picture. Not going into the details, but just let you know that what is the Google Data Cloud. What are the products provided by the Google Data Cloud? Because in your quest, right, when you're going and doing this kind of practice later, you will going through these services. You will use the Vertex AI. You will use the Vertex AI. You will use on the data processing layer. You will use the Spark, which is a data proc. You are going to use the data flow also for data transformation. And you are going to use the Google Cloud Storage for storing the data. So you must know that what that product is doing rather than just following the steps and completing it, right? Now, next thing which I want to share about, what is the Google Cloud AI portfolio? What Google Cloud generative AI is providing. So I think you already know that somebody asked the first question, somebody asked that for the generative AI, what is the important thing? What is required? I think some of answer that infrastructure, right? Google is already providing the infrastructure, the GPU and TPU level. And on top of the infrastructure, as part of the generative AI studio, if somebody asks you that what is the difference between the generative AI and the AI which we had earlier, right? Earlier, when the customer was trying to explore the data cloud, Google Data Cloud, they were using the different model for different purpose, right? Maybe, I mean, you have a car at your home, right? One car you are using for your girlfriend, one car you are using for your family, another car maybe you are using for your grandparents, right? So for different purpose, you are having the car. Similarly, in your AI, there was a different models. You had a lot of models. One model is for speech, another model is for text, another model is for image, right? There are various models that you had to go through, you had to train, and then you have to publish the endpoint and all. But what generative AI? Generative AI is providing the large language model. Why they are calling it as a large language model? Because one model is serving all the purpose. One model is being used for the generating the contents. Same model is being used for the generating the image. That model is used for the speech to text translation also, which means the one model. And within the Google, we call that model is a PaLM-2. PaLM-2 is a model which is behind the generative AI within the Google. And that model is being used for the different use cases. So what Google is doing, so Google is providing few foundation model which are created on top of the PaLM-2 model. Hope you guys are following, right? I'm not going into the so technical details. Are you guys able to follow? Yes. Okay, cool. So what Google, the PaLM-2 model, on top of the PaLM-2 model, what Google has already done some kind of customization and put it into the foundation model. So that on the customer side, customer or developer, they do not need to put efforts to train the model from the beginning. So what customers and users are doing, they are taking this LLM model, and after taking this LLM model, they see that what is the accuracy of the results. If they are not happy with the results, then they go and fine tune that model, the foundation model, not from the beginning. So that's a platform Google is providing. And all the ML related things, end-to-end ML related things that you can do within the Vertex AI. So Vertex AI is a product if somebody asks you that what Google is providing for the machine learning platform, Vertex AI. Vertex AI is end-to-end machine learning platform within the Google. So where is generative AI, right? Where can I do the generative AI studio related things? Within the Vertex AI. So Vertex AI is the existing product. Within the Vertex AI, now there is another one more, kind of subsection, which is a generative AI studio. Okay. Now, on top of Vertex AI, generative AI app builder, you might heard about in the industry, generative AI app builder. What is that? So data scientists, pure techie people, they use the Vertex AI. What about the software engineers? Software engineers who are developing the applications, they're not coming from data background. But nowadays, you know that everywhere we are using the AI, right? Whether you are data engineer, data scientist, you're software developer, you're full stack developer, whatever role you are having, but AI is being used everywhere. So generative AI app builder, if you understand the name, app builder, if you as a software engineer or application developer, you are trying to develop the application and you want to embed a generative AI functionality within your application, what you're going to use? You're going to use a generative AI app builder, another product from Google. So that product is helping you, for example, on your applications, you want to create your own Google search, right? You're developing application and you're telling to your end user that, okay, whatever you want to search, you can search into the text box, but internally it is using enterprise search. Enterprise search, which you develop with the help of app builder. You have seen that, the chatbot. A lot of websites are providing the chatbot also, all right? So that chatbot also you can, which is powered by the generative AI, and with the help of conversation AI, you can build that chatbot on your website also. That's, again, you going to use generative AI app builder. And other things you see, the contact center AI, document AI, discovery AI. Document AI, like somebody is giving the invoice, you just, OCR, you scan the invoice, collect all the data from a structured way, and you start analyzing and get the insight from those data. Document AI. Google Workspace. Google Workspace is also having the generative AI features. You can, instead of writing your email, you just tell to that, hey, please can you write an email for me? I want to write an email and want to send to my boss to increase my salary, right? So generative AI within the Google Workspace, which means the Gmail, within the Gmail, it will help you to write an email for you, right? My last slide, most of the, when I'm interacting with the many people, they are get confused that, okay, Chat GPT, Bard, Chat GPT is providing this. Can Bard provide that kind of things or not? I can get the API access in the Chat GPT. Can I get the API access in the Bard? What is the difference between Bard and Vertex AI, right? Most of people have heard about only Bard, not heard about the Vertex AI. So the difference between the Bard and Vertex AI is Bard is mostly consumer facing. Is all the public user can directly get access of the Bard, and they can ask for the contents, ask for the Q&A and all. Vertex AI is purely enterprise customer. Enterprise customer means that developers on the customer side, they want to inbuild the generative AI features in their application. They are going to use the Vertex AI, Intuit AI. Bard is like end consumer. In your Gmail, you can use in your Gmail, or maybe you can directly bard.google.com. You can start using the Bard. But when you are developing your applications as a developer, then you will use the Vertex AI. Okay. Hopefully, this was helpful. From the learning perspective, what is Google Data Cloud, and what is the AI? And last minute, I added these 2 slides because my boss asked, are you including the generative AI also? I said, oh, what should I respond? So I added the last 2 slides related to generative AI. Cool. So now, without further delay, I can explain about this particular quiz. Is that okay? Communities? Can I explain that? Or is there anything else I need to cover?
So to get started today, right, we'll run two lab sessions together. So the first one will be under this Perform Foundation Data, ML, and AI tasks. Has every one of you already registered the GCP Volley website? Already, right? And you already received the email on your credit, right? When you register? So who has registered before today should already got your email on the credits, right? And also there's a link. I think this is one of it. Otherwise, you go to the GCP Volley website. You go to the GCP Volley website. You look for the this data AI ML. All good. Can you get to this link?
Guys, don't sign up yet. Yeah, just a moment. We'll share with you this QR code and then you can just sign up using that. Yeah, make sure if you've already enrolled, just unenroll from that and then sign out and open your account on Incognito using this link that we're going to show you in a bit. Just a reminder, make sure you open this on Incognito, only then sign in and enroll, yeah? Oh, also, so once you go to this link on Incognito, click on join. You can see that on your top right. and then sign in with your Google account. If any of you are having any issues, just raise your hand and our facilitators would help out. Just a reminder again, if you've already enrolled, unenroll first and then go on incognito, open this link and then click on join. And when you click on join, you should be getting 9 free credits. And the rest, Arvin would help you out throughout. Yeah, so like once you get the 9 credits, right, we'll be starting this code along session. And when you complete the first lab, you would be getting 1 month free access.
Also remember to use your wallet email because the swag for the completion lab they should sign up for. So if you use a different email account, then you might want to register another For those who scan, log in but cannot get your credit, where's the credit? Some cannot get the credit. Just arrived. Probably cannot. So for those who just sign up today, right? After you go to this link, make sure before you go to this link, you are signed out. You go to this link and then you sign in. After sign in, you enroll the quest. Then enroll the lab, then you directly see your 9 credits. You need to enroll first. Yeah. Please try. If you still cannot get it, raise your hand again. For those who register earlier than today, please check your spam folder if you get your GCP Boleh credits email. Sorry, we just try another 3 minutes. Anyone who still having problem getting the credits? Oh, good. So let's get started. Everyone okay? Cool? Nice, 9 credits to get started, yeah? Pass to Arvin.
So can they start doing it now? It's already unlocked for everyone, huh? Okay. So I mean, before I start, please give few minutes attention here to understand that what is it. So this will help you to speed up, to finish it early. And if you finish it early, then definitely you know that you may get swag as well. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So all right, everyone. So actually in this perform foundational data ML and AI tasks in Google Cloud. So basically here they are going to talk about the data processing product, and also they're going to talk about that how you can use a AI ML product, which is Vertex AI. And also here you will see that how you can use ML APIs, right? You just call the API to finish your task. For example, speech to text, right? Or maybe if you have video, then how you can convert that, how you can get some contents from that video, how you can do the annotation in the videos. So just call the API and finish your job, right? So that's in this particular quiz. So if I go one by one, so in the Vertex AI, what it is doing in the first particular lab, so it has a data. The data is available in BigQuery. Data is available in the Google Cloud Storage. You do not need to perform any kind of connection or pull the data. There is already inbuilt notebook which is available in the GitHub. So you just download that notebook from the GitHub, and there is all the code is already there. You do not need to write any code. You just have to understand the process how you can use a notebook within the Vertex AI, and just run that notebook. Your task is finished. Next, in a data prep quick start, right? So in the data prep, what it is doing, it is giving you the data, and you just have to learn how you can do the data cleaning, how you can do the data preparation. If, for example, you have to do column rename, or if you have to change the value, or you have to manipulate the value, so that kind of data preparation generally data engineers is doing. So data prep is a product which help you to do that kind of data preparation. And next is data flow. Data flow product will help you how you can do the real-time data ingestion into the data warehouse, right? Again, you do not need to write a code. There is a template. You need to learn how to use that template to pull the data from PubSub in the real time and storing into the data warehouse. And this one is, you can see either you can finish templates or Python. So if you want to use the templates, there is inbuilt templates. If you don't want to use a template, you want to write use your own Python code, that also the code is there. You just have to know that how to invoke the code. Then data proc. Data proc is, it's a Hadoop, sometimes you can call it as a Hadoop managed system, which help you to do the data processing. So in the data proc, in this lab, you fire a few commands. Fire a few commands, and through the command, you launch the cluster, and then you submit the job. Again, you don't need to write any code. Job is already there. So you understand that how to launch cluster and how to run the job. And again, here, either use console or use a command line. And next, Cloud Natural Language API. So here it's a very easy. You just use the API of the Cloud NLP. You use the NLP API. Data is already there, and submit the call the API, and by submitting the data, you get the output. Very simple. And the cloud speech API, the audio text file is given, audio file is given on the cloud storage. You just give the audio file as an input parameter to the REST API of the speech API, and then you get the results. Your lab is finished. So video intelligence, similar way, you just call the API. The video file is already given, and you call the API. As part of the API, you provide the video file and get the metadata. Simple. So so far in all the labs, one by one steps are given, but the last one there are no steps given. So that's a kind of challenge lab that you have to figure out the step and you have to do yourself. No help is given in this, right? So this is all about the quiz. Any question? Or everyone has already started working on it? Any question from anyone so far? All good? Okay. All the best. Okay, maybe I think I also want to learn here. Let's do it together. Yeah. So if you see my screen, I'm also going to do this lab. So I'm going through the steps. Steps one, I'm only sharing the screen of the GCP console. Let me see if I can share that also. Okay, now I split the screen, going through the step by step. So first step, it says that, go and authorize your active cloud cells. So I'm going here. So basically this is, Google Cloud Shells. So whatever you are doing on the console, on the UI, same thing you can do through the command line also. But before that, you need to make sure that you authorize the connection between your Google Cloud console and the command line. So now here you can see that authorize the connection. Then I just, list down the project. Now, the first task is enable the Google Cloud services. So if you see that all the services, the Google APIs.com, right? What does it mean that I'm going to interact with the compute API. I'm going to interact with the IAM API, which is more about, the access and control. I'm going to use the API of the IAM credential, monitoring, logging. So first step in the Google Cloud Console is to make sure whichever product that you are using, make sure that API of that product is enabled. So now the API are enabled. Now the task 2, if you look at that, create Vertex AI custom service account for Vertex TensorBoard integration. So what I'm going to do, because I know that my Vertex AI product is going to interact with the BigQuery, going to interact with the Google Cloud Storage. So if you see that in the task 2.1, I'm creating a service account. So service account which going to interact with the cloud storage and then going to interact with the BigQuery. So service account is what? Service account is that if two services in the Google Cloud wants to talk to each other, right? Then it go through the service account. Now I'm creating a service account. And the name of my service account is Vertex AI custom training. And now next step is once I create a service account for the Vertex AI, now need to make sure that if the Vertex AI using this service account try to interact with the Google Cloud Storage, make sure that the permission is given, right? And the permission is for writing and retrieving logs. So granting the permission to the service account for Google Cloud Storage. Are you guys following me, or you are already ahead of, or somebody has already finished that? Anyone already finished it? The Vertex AI lab? Anyone finished already? Okay. So now I gave a permission of the Google Cloud Storage to the service account. Anyone is stuck, please raise your hand. If anyone is stuck at any steps or anything is not clear, please raise your hand. Now I'm giving permission to the BigQuery so that Vertex AI can interact with the BigQuery. So you can see that the BigQuery admin roles here. So now this step actually I gave a particular role to the service account of the Vertex AI, which is a BigQuery admin role. Now this service account can also do things in the Vertex AI for running the model, like training the model, deploy the model. So now task 1 and task 2 level. Task 1, what I did in the task 1, I did the authentication level work, right? In the task 2, I did the access level log. I gave the access so that the products can talk to each others. Now in the task 3, we are going to do the actual work. Anyone completed task 1, task 2? Task 1, task 2 completed. Please raise your hand. Task 2 completed. Task 3 completed. Task 3. Okay. Let's complete the task 3 together. Right. So in the task 3, it is saying that go and open the Vertex AI and try to access the notebook. So let's go and Vertex AI. Okay, so this is the Vertex AI. So in the Vertex AI, earlier I was talking about Generative AI Studio, right? So now Generative AI Studio is a part of this Vertex AI. But in this particular lab, what we need to do, go to the workbench. And click on the new notebook, right? So in the new notebook, we have to select the TensorFlow. And under the TensorFlow, we need to select the 2.x with TLS. Hopefully you guys are able to follow it. So I click on the, is my speed okay or should I go a bit slow? Okay. So I click on the TensorFlow Enterprise 2.6. What I'm doing here, I'm saying that I'm going to write a notebook, and that notebook is going to use the TensorFlow Enterprise 2.6 version. Now in this, which I'm going to use without GPU or with NVIDIA. So here I'm going to use the without GPU. Okay. Here you can give any name of the notebook, because in the lab it is not mentioned that the name of the notebook is not mentioned. So you can use your own name or whatever by default name is there. You can use that also. I prefer to keep it as it is, the notebook name. And they are mentioning about the reason and zone. So I'm keeping the US Central one, which is given in the 3.5, step number 3.5. You can see here. And then we need to change few notebook parameters. So what is those few notebook parameters and properties are? That if you want to run this particular notebook, which compute you are going to use it. So I'm going to specify that which environment, which machine type I'm going to use for this notebook. So in the step number 3.7, it is mentioned that select the machine type E2 standard 2. Select the E2 and standard 2. Anything else I need to change? Nothing. Just only change the machine type and click on the create. So it is notebook is getting created, right? it is empty. It's an empty environment, right? So what it is doing, it is creating a empty Jupyter Lab notebook workbench environment. It doesn't have any contents. It doesn't have any code, right? It's just an environment. So I can click on, check my progress, because it was asking to create a Vertex AI notebook. I already created that. Let me click on my check my progress. Right? So it is already green, which means that task 3 is completed. Okay. Even it is taking time, but you can click because already started creating the environment. So your task 3, once you click on the check my progress, it should be green. If it is not green, you just wait for a couple of more seconds or minutes. Anyone completed task 3? Please raise your hand. Anyone who completed task 3? Anyone who completed task 3, please raise your hand. Task 3 completed. Anyone is stuck at task 2? Please raise your hand if you need any help. Task 2.
Who has completed the whole lab?
Who completed the full quest? I mean, no, sorry, not Vertex AI Lab. Who completed? Oh, wow.
Try to understand it. So the next challenge will be try to whoever is okay to explain it in front.
Yeah, if you have finished the lab 1 Vertex AI, you can continue the another lab also. Yep. Okay, so now I am moving to the task 4. So as part of the task 3, I had to click on the Open Jupyter Lab. So I click on Open Jupyter Lab. So now as part of the task 4, what I'm going to do, I'm just git clone the code and download the code from the GitHub repository in this notebook environment. And to do that, I need to click on the terminal. Then I run the command git clone and trying to get the repository, which is a training data analyst. Please make sure you understand the concept, not just try to rush and try to finish it, because you are investing your time here. It's important that you understand the concept. If you're not clear on anything, please ask to me or anyone from community members. But make sure that the important part is that you are investing time here today, so you understand the concept. So now the code is downloaded, and now I'm going to the task 4.3 to confirm that you have cloned the repository. So which I can see on the left hand side, I can see my code training data. So just I check my progress. So my clone the repository task is done. Now I'm moving to the task 5 because before running the notebook, there are some dependency on the which notebook requires some kind of modules. So I'm trying to install those dependencies as well. All those dependencies are mentioned into this particular GitHub repository as well, particular project, which is a training data analyst. So in the training data analyst, I go and run the requirement.txt. So requirement.txt, if I open it here, you see the file of requirement.txt. In the requirement.txt, all the dependencies are mentioned. I need so notebook needs a TensorFlow 2.11 version. It needs a PyArrow. It needs different library required by this particular notebook projects. So to download those dependency, I'm going to run this command. Again on the terminal. I need to wait a few minutes because it takes time to download all the dependency libraries. I got the error, but what I can do, I can run the command again. One more time. Anyone completed a task 5 successfully? Okay. Once your dependency libraries are installed, then you go and open the lab exercise dot IPYB, which is a notebook file. And you open the notebook, and in this notebook, if you see here, it is mentioned that what this notebook is doing. You try to predict the customer lifetime value. The data is available in the BigQuery, and this particular Vertex AI notebook has a code. It has inference the model. First of all, it trained the model with the help of data, and then it try to predict the customer lifetime value. So, I mean, my suggestion is that you should try to understand this notebook to get the concept actually what this notebook is doing. So initially in this notebook, first it try to import all the libraries, and then it download and process the lab data into the BigQuery. Basically, it try to get the data from the BigQuery. It gives all the big data, BigQuery data table name and all. So what you need to do, I mean, you need to run one by one. So this is the button where you can click and run all the cell in the notebook one by one. Anyone facing any error in the task 5 while running the notebook, or you did not run the notebook? Anyone not completed this lab, Vertex AI? Please raise your hand. Anyone who did not who was not able to complete the Vertex AI? Oh, looks like everyone completed the Vertex AI lab. Okay, you face any challenge? Okay. It's more Google. It's I think if you go to the Python, in the Python, there is a BigQuery related libraries, right? So if you want to use the BigQuery related things in the Python, generally we call it as magic command. So percentage is yeah, for Python code for the BigQuery. Sorry. So actually, when you give this magic command, percentage BigQuery, right? So after that, you can start working like you are working in a BigQuery environment. So the way you do or write the SQL query in the BigQuery console, similar way you can do in a Jupyter Notebook also. After giving this magic command, percentage. That's show that very good integration between the Jupyter Notebook and BigQuery. Internally, it is using the library of BigQuery. Yeah. All right. If you look at my screen, right, Google API Python client. So these are the libraries required when you're interacting in the Python code, when you're trying to interact with the Google Cloud. And also in the notebook itself, when you do the import library in the code itself, what you're doing, you are importing Google.cloud. So Google.cloud, when you're importing, then you for all the product, you can interact with them through the the APIs, and as well as here basically the AI platform is being imported. Yeah, so natively, you do not generally, when one product talking to another product, you have to go through JDBC connection and all. You do not need to do, because there is a native integration between, because for the BigQuery, the Python library is already developed and running behind the scene. But from authorization point of view, if you remember in the task 1, what you did, you enable all the APIs, and in task 2, you created a service account. So on behalf of that service account, when you're creating the service account, basically you are establishing authorization link between the BigQuery and Jupyter Notebook, which is running under Vertex AI. Yeah. Yeah. So in the all the cloud, similar concept. In all the cloud, similar concept. When human is interacting with the product, you use the IAM role, right? And that IAM role assigned to, like, my ID is dhariwal@google.com, right? So I assign to my ID. But one product talk to each other, then in between you call it as a service account. So service account, when two products talking to each other. When as a human I'm trying to access the BigQuery, then not a service account. That's IAM role. Service account is like, so generally there is a user account. my account, user account, to interact with the GCP console. But when product is talking to each other, there should be a user, and that user doesn't mean that the human email ID or SSO. It's a service account. Basically, it's a user identity. It's identity. Basically, you create identity. So now, sometime when one product talking to another product, you have to give you have to create a service account. But another concept is managed identity. Managed identity means that when one product talking to each other, you do not need to create a service account. The product itself internally creating the service account. I mean any product. So I don't know. I mean, I do not remember the name of the product. In that product, if you want to talk to another product, you just click on the manage the entity. It will automatically internally create. You do not need to these steps. Yeah, thanks for asking the question. Okay, now I'm moving to the another lab. So basically, when you complete the lab, you should able to get green here. So when you get the green here, it means that you have successfully completed the first lab. Anyone completed the second lab, data prep? Anyone completed the data prep lab?
Not a competition. We will
Yeah.
address later, but, so for those who already done the lab 1, right? So to start the lab 2, we will just get a short break. There's snack available outside, and we will come back 3:30 for the second lab. For those who still want to continue, you can still continue. And yeah, there's snack available. The next one. The next one, after the tea break, we will try. After the tea break, right, we will do the second quest or second lab to build a website on Google Cloud.
One more swag is left. So make sure that, once you come back, the swag will be there. So
So this is just an introduction. Thanks, Alvin, for the nice walkthrough. This is the good introduction lab for the data and AI. So next we will go for the building the website. Cool. Thank you.
I can tell. So after this, I will be leaving. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to interact with all of you. It's really a great learning. Thank you so much. And I really would like to say that all the best, and learning never end. So make sure, don't compete and don't try to rush and finish it. Make sure you try to understand the concept, because that is important. That will help you a lot. And I hope that you will be able to, in future, be a certified Google Cloud, maybe data engineer, data analyst, or data scientist. Hopefully, I will get another chance in future to interact with all of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so guys, we will be having our tea break now. There is food prepared outside for you. You cannot bring the food inside here, yeah? So everything can do outside. And use this time to just relax, take a break, reconnect with others if you can. So yeah, have fun. Bye-bye. Oh, no, don't go bye-bye. What time is it? Okay, we will start back at 3:45, yeah? Downgrade. Yeah, we can have after we do a survey. I think oh yeah, I gotta see. I suppose should I tell photographer to take some?
I think any of us should just take.
Yeah, I was gonna take, but then my phone Raymond can. Wait, I tried. Take it.
One other person like, fuck, you should ruin it for me. What did I do? She bring me. Oh, shit, yeah. No, we had this problem. Every 2 months, we're like, let's solve this problem. And we're quitting. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's, you're gonna work hard regardless where you're gonna work hard. Life mindset, right? Good. That's all it's our every question starts with a thing. Yeah, that's how I start. Yes, so. Really great spirit of
Okay. Hey guys, so if you have any pictures, if you've taken, wait. If you've taken any pictures, please do share using this QR code here. Thank you. Test. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you all had a good break. So we are a bit behind right now, so we will move on straight to our track 2. Our track 2 will be a hands-on workshop to build a website on Google Cloud. Our instructor, Leong Lai Fong, an AI engineer at Cognisus Technology, will be leading for us this session. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoy the snack just now and energized. We continue for lab session 2. Yeah. So today we will try to look into a different quest, which is build a website on Google Cloud. I often got this question, especially from students, like how we can do website on Google Cloud. So then from here, you will learn a bit more. So let's get started. Today, I will be giving mainly on the building website on Google Cloud. But let's go through a few things together. First, we will go for the introduction on hosting a website on GCP. We will go through the website and then also the different services from GCP that you can host a website. Hence, after that, we will directly go for the hands-on lab, deploy your website on Google Cloud. We will use one of the GCP service to do the web hosting. So after we have done the lab, we just wrap up with the summary and I will give you a briefing on what's next for you. So without further ado, introduction. Students or even anyone are web developers or students that has done website before? A lot, right? Something, I think this will be very interesting to you. So web applications, if you recall, that we can actually categorize into two kind of website. One is static website. The other one is dynamic website. What is static website? Something that is static. There's nothing much you need to do. It's just static. Mainly for information. Like if you do a blog post, you are just having the article out. There's no action is that people cannot make order or buy anything from you. So this is called static website. So mainly for blog, something you need to showcase, let's say your artworks and all, your photo album and all these are static website, we call it. So the next one will be dynamic website. So if you're building a website, then maybe you want to add in more features, right? You want to, at some point, let's say you are from your restaurant, at first you started with a static website, just display your menu. People can just see, instead of asking for the printed menu, you can just browse through the website, see what are the menu available. So then after some time, your business grow, which is a good thing. Then you want to add more features in your website. You want to directly, customer can make order through our website. Then also maybe make payment and other things. So that in this case, it will become a dynamic website, right? So now let's go to the GCP foundations of hosting a scalable website. There are a few things that maybe you just understand as a concept for now. There are more technical details beneath, but we don't really necessarily go into that depth at the start. So if you have a school project or even in your personal project or your work project, right? After you build a website, doesn't matter which programming language you use, React or Python or whatever, you need to publish it outside so that people can access it to your website, right? Otherwise, it's just sitting on your local PC. You cannot, the external user cannot see your website. So how we do it, we are hosting it to the let's say a cloud platform. So there are a few things here. So for please look at this right side. So for Google Cloud Platform, there are a few services that you can use to host a website. The first one is Google Cloud Storage. This one is mainly for static website, only applicable for static website because you don't need to do any action on that. Then, if you are doing some dynamic websites and all, you can consider on, let's say, Compute Engine or manage managed instance, something like App Engine and Cloud Run. So there will be some other services available. So let's look at this one, right? The cloud load balancing is useful if you are what you want to do the scaling. If one day, especially like very recently, anyone trying to buy the concerts ticket, you cannot enter, right? Because of a lot of users trying to accessing it at the same time. So then it's too much for the website to handle so many requests at the same time. So if you have this load balancing, you directly scale up your resource, you had a lot more requests coming in, then you can support more users at the same time. So this is for cloud load balancing. There are some other things like the domains is like your website name. Right. So then, can I do this as a quiz? I want to try. I start with I already give the answer, right? Static website. So we can use Google Cloud Storage. So for dynamic websites, what other services that is available in GCP that we can actually use? Firebase, yes, but not in the today's scope. Firebase more for mobile though. Yes, very, very correct. So one sunglasses for you. Another one you want to try? Anyone want to try? There's another one. Got 4 services. Sorry? Compute engine also true. Sorry, another one just now who said something? Kubernetes, yes, you already got the gift, so extra points, but Cloud Engine also correct. So these are a few services that is available in GCP for you to host website. Depends on your use cases. If your website is very static, simple, you can just put it into GCS, then you can just do a domain name and call it from there. The other third one, right, is the second one will be under this managed platform. We have App Engine and Cloud Run. This is serverless, whereby you just have your website ready, and then you just let it host on GCP and let the GCP manage the infrastructure for you. So this is called serverless managed platform. The other third one will be virtual machine on Compute Engine that has been shared just now by our one of our friend. The fourth one, when you have more complicated websites, a lot of, let's say a lot of users, and then you have a lot of features and all, you may want to containerize it into Kubernetes engine. So that is much well managed under Kubernetes engine there. So far so good. So here actually five services, but under 4 groups. So next time, if your school project, you can, if you want to link it to GCP, you can actually try this few. But today we will go for the managed platform and Cloud Run. In the same quest, you will also have different labs on Compute Engine and Kubernetes. So you will get to learn different services, how to host the website. So let's go to this website to get started. It's actually the GCP Boleh website. I will just go through the slide and then I'll show you the physical face. So in the GCP Boleh website, right, you can just go to this link. The website that you register for your GCP Boleh challenge is actually the 4th one. You just click on this link, it will direct you to this quest, build a website on Google Cloud. Same thing, enroll this quest. Then you go for the first lab. Deploy your website on Cloud Run. So today we will do a lab session together on hosting the website on Cloud Run. So what is Cloud Run? Anyone? I already shared, right? Cloud Run is actually a managed compute platform that automatically scale the stateless containers. The stateless here is very important because that means at any time you get the request from the user or the PubSub's request at any time. So the second note is that Cloud Run is actually serverless, whereby it abstracts all the infrastructure management. You don't have to think about how to scale out and things like that. So it's all managed by Google Cloud already. So this is the architecture overview for hosting a website on Google Cloud. This is for the storage bucket. And then let's go for this quest, build a website on Google Cloud. Everyone got here? Can follow? Cool. Yeah. So if you have clicked on this one, right? So there are actually 5 labs and 2 videos. So we will go through the first lab together, but the rest you can continue. If you can look at here, right? The other labs are on compute engine and Kubernetes. So you will learn other services as well. So we start with the simple one, then you build up your knowledge foundation. Then we try to add on more features, more complicated use cases. So click on this, deploy your website on Cloud Run. And before we start, right, I will give you a bit of background introduction on this lab. So for this one, right, for this lab, we are actually trying, we don't start with creating the website ourselves. It's already available in one of the GitHub lab session and that been managed by Google Cloud as an exercise. We just use it as a base, but we learn how to host the website onto the Google Cloud Run. So this is actually like a day-to-day job for the cloud developers on hosting the website. So first, we need to create the Docker container for your application and deploy the container to the Cloud Run. The third one, after we have successfully done this, right, we want to see if there are changes in your website, you want to amend your new updates, right? How we can do that? So let's say we just try a simple modification on your website. Then we roll out the new version and deploy it to the Google Cloud Run with 0 downtime. What does it mean? That means it's just automatically refresh. There was no downtime for you to get your latest version up and running. So here again, this is actually from the lab introduction there. I just take it out to explain a bit more. So in the first group, right, the green here, the internet developers, we already have the website available, the source code is already available and all. So we just trigger a build on the Cloud Shell, and then the Cloud build will actually do copy to the Cloud Source repository and deploy to the Cloud Run. So once it's already deployed to the Cloud Run, right, that means it's already available, it's already accessible. So the orange user, the internet user, external users, they can actually access your website through the Cloud Run. So it's very, very simple. It's just like 1-2 step, then you will get your website up and running, available. So in this lab, what are the few things that we will learn together? So first one is how to build the Docker image using Cloud Build and upload into Artifact registry. After that, which is also continuous from the deployment step, is to deploy the Docker image to Cloud Run. So just 2 steps, very simple. A few commands. So after that, right, we learn how to do the Cloud Run deployments management and also set up the endpoint. And then we make some amendments on the website, and we publish an update version. So these are the 6 tasks that is required to continue to work on to finish this lab. So first one is clone the source repository and then create the Docker container. After that, we deploy the container to Cloud Run. This is actually considered one part already done. Once it's already deployed, right, you can see the website running. It will be something like this, a fancy store, which only contains 3 pages for product and then the order. But we are not doing any other things on here. There are some other labs that could use this as a website base to follow along. So once we have published the website, right, after deployment, you can actually see this website on your local PC. After that, we will try to create a new revision for lower concurrency. What does it mean is we need to, let's say, control the web traffic coming in. So we want to can adjust the concurrency. It's very simple step. You can see in the lab later. The task 5 is like what I mentioned. We try to update this front page description, and then we try to update and deploy to the latest version to Cloud Run. So let's get started. Oh yeah, this one finished, not yet finished. So you go to this lab, right? Everyone get to this page, right? So very simple, you just click on Start Lab. You have to prove you are not a robot. Did I pass the robot test? Yeah. Saja. How? I also sometimes confuse. Am I a robot? Any motorcycle here? Yes. This way. I don't think so. If I feel again, I think. Oh yeah, I thought it's correct. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'm a robot. I see. Anyone, right? What? This is nonsense. Let me. So you all passed the robot test, right? Finally. Sorry for the wait. So once you get this console out, right, very simple. I think you already get to know this in the earlier lab. You open the cloud console. So then you will need to log in using the student username and password. So if you get this notification, right, you can just click on the agreement, but you can skip on the email updates because you cannot access it anyway later. So you just scroll to the task one, clone the repo. So far so good, can follow, yeah? So to clone, right, you need to activate the Cloud Shell. Just click continue. So once this is ready, right? So first we need to clone the repo, right? It's actually in this GitHub monolith to Microsoft services. So it's already, you have already have the source code available. So once you already download or clone the GitHub repo, right, you can actually try to see what you have downloaded just now. You just tap the ls, you list down what is inside. So you see you can have the README MDE, then license, the monolith folder, have React app folder, setup SH, deploy monolith, microservices, and all. So what we are interested is the setup script. We want to set up, install the necessary libraries. So it will take a bit of time to install the libraries for you. Can everyone can continue, start with the task one, yeah? Right. So once it's done, right, you can see this one is completed and signed up successfully. Are we all good? So once we have the library installed, all right, we just try to run our website. So we CD to the repo, the monolith, so microservices monolith. So you can see that the monolith listening on port 8080, right? You can just click on this web preview on 8080. You click on this, you can see your website. Can everyone get here? Is your fancy store up? Cool, nice. So let's continue here. So we just type Control C to stop the service first so that we can continue the other step. Back to the shell command. So now we have seen our website is running. You can run it successfully, build it successfully. I mean, with the library install. So next is we want to create the Docker repository and containerize it. So let me put this way. I want to copy this one first. So you go to this menu bar. Under this menu bar, more products. You scroll down until you find the CI/CD, container registry. Can you find the artifact registry? You try to look into this menu bar under CI/CD. All right. So once you are in this artifact registry, you just try to create a repository. Select the default Docker format. The name is monolith demo. Region, I think we need to select US Central. US Central 1. So you just create US Central 1. Monolith demo, Docker. The rest you just keep the default. Region, you choose US Central 1. And then you just click create. Do you know what is a monolith application? Monolith application or website, right, means you have all the source code together and you can only start the whole thing together. So that is called monolith. So that is a bit of a old architecture. In the later technology nowadays, everything is going to microservices. Because if you want to make some changes, right, you have to build the whole thing for monolith. For microservices, you just need to build and update that module. So it's much more convenient and less resource time spent. So you see, after some time, you can see this already being created monolith demo. You can click on this one. It will be just empty. It will just be empty for now. So once you have this artifact registry ready, you continue on the task 2. Next, before we start, we want to give the access permission, authenticate the Docker container. So if this one, you will see a question, yes or no, you just click Y. Then the Docker file will be updated. Yeah. Any questions so far? So after we have grant the access permission, update the access permission, you just click authorize for this. This is also to enable the API. Then we will try to build and run the container. This will take a bit of time, few minutes. After you have successfully, you can see it in the list. Can you want to see the lab session? So it's trying to build the Docker container. Who has successfully built the Docker container? Very fast. Okay, I'm done. So you can see the status is success here. If I refresh this one, you should be able to see it. Yeah. So now I have this monolith. You can see it's tagged in 1.0 just now, just created. So once you are done here, right, you can just check your progress. It should be checked, completed. Okay, right. So then the next step will be very simple. We want to deploy to the Cloud Run. So here you can see the command, right? You just gcloud run deploy the image to the region of US Central. So you just click yes for allowing it. As you can see here, right, the command is very simple. So you just need to get your website ready, and then you just install the necessary libraries. After that, you just create the Docker image container into the artifact registry, and then you just call the gcloud run command. So once you have done this one, right, it's already done. And then you can see here, the service has been deployed with 100% traffic. And then there's a URL available. You try to click on the URL, you can actually access to your website. The same thing. It's from this link. You can try to check your progress. So I think for others, right? If you click on the note just now, you can actually see the overview of this container. And then if you go to the other later, that one is later. And we can also check the container list. You will be able to see the monolith services. Are we all good? So next, if you have done the task 3, let's continue to try to work on the task 4. It's basically it's a similar things, but we are just updating to run with lower concurrency. It reduced from 100% to 80%. So you are getting 80% of the traffic. You're serving for 80% of the traffic. So you just try to run it, then so once you have successfully deployed and update and deploy, right? You can see it's already updated. And then the version here is to you will update to a different version. So how we can check is that you can actually go to the Cloud Run. From the menu, you go to the Cloud Run. And then you can go to the service details. So this is the one that we have served just now. You can click on this revision tab. You can see just now we have the first version up, and then we create another concurrent run. It's under Cloud Run if you want to check the details here. So next, let's continue. After you can see you have the concurrent 100% traffic up, you check your progress, it should be done. Then the next step is to lower your concurrency to 80%. So what it does here, right? It just updating the Cloud Run and then deploy the same image to the US region, and with the update is concurrency to 80%. So this is the changes it get updated. So you can see it is done here. It will need a bit of time to get updated to here. Right now. Everyone's got 3 services up. So next, class 5 and 6 is something different. We try to make a bit of changes to the website here. We want to update this description, and then we try to redeploy to the Cloud Run. So what we do here is we go to the source code directory, real home, and then we are updating the index.js. This one is optional, but I don't show in the command prompt, but we can go through together here. So what it does here, right? You can see what is inside this index.js. It's just updating the description on the home page. So you can see the difference later. Let's try to update the deployment. We want to build it first. So you can see here it's already updated, build successful and updated. Then we will just try to redeploy and update the version to 2.0. This will take a few minutes to complete. Who has completed all 6 tasks? Wow, very fast. Get ready for a quiz. I will give this. I think, right, for those who has finished, who is brave enough to come out here to share what has been done in this lab. I give chance to other people. Yes, please. Sorry, boss. What you have learned in this lab?
Previously I do the deploy your website on Cloud Run, right? So it talks about containerize your application and also deploy on the Cloud Run, and also limit the concurrency of the request, the web request lah. So like I doing just now, I limit it to 80 requests per time. So yes, it's about scaling your application.
Yeah, it's scaling down.
Yes, scaling down.
Sometimes we need to have
Yes.
to serve more traffic. Sometimes we want to have lesser service
Yes.
request. Then the
Yes.
last one, the last task.
The last task
So
is
that is
I run the container, and then I check the container is running or not, and then I go to the URL to check it, and yeah, the web is live.
right.
Yes.
And task 5 and task 6.
Task 5 and task 6. Wait. Oh yeah, the downtime. So meaning like we doesn't need to stop the server and then upload the latest one. Instead, we just replace it. Yes. We just replace it without the server is down lah. Yeah.
Without server down.
Yeah.
Without.
That's what we call downtime.
Yes. Thank you. Let's give them a applause. So now mine is already updated, right? I just want it to redeploy it to the web service. So you can see it's actually 0 downtime. So this one is already up and running, right? So once people still can access to this website, I'm updating the latest version. So once you can see it's already okay, deploy service up and down, you click on the URL, can see the difference. It's the description has been updated. So you can see it's very, very convenient without 0 downtime. So you just check. So with this, you can see we have already completed the whole task, the whole lab. You will see it's 100% here. If you manage to get everything running correctly. Cool? Yeah. So then we don't really waste time here. I will just end the lab. So once I click ending the lab, right, the user account will be reset. The timer will be reset. This one can just cancel or submit. Your scoring mark will be also reset. So this is okay, you don't worry. So you go back to here, you just check, it should be already have a green check here. So all this running one, right, you have to close it manually. It won't auto close for you. So far so good. I'll just keep it here in case you all have question later. But let's go back to our session. Do you still need a bit of time to finish it up? This one we're not using it. The second page and third page we are not using it. We are just updating on the home page. But this is for other lab requests that can use the same website to do other exercise. So you have successfully finished the one lab. Please give yourself a pause, of course. And if you have already reached this step, right, check on your user profile. Is it already upgraded to 1 month money subscription? Please check. So if you already successfully finish one of the lab, right, your account will be automatically upgrade from 9 credits to money subscription. What does it mean, right? Is that you will get unlimited credits within 1 month period, so that you can finish all the quests as much as possible, not necessarily finish all, as much as possible to score the swag later. So I hope this is a very good achievement for you all. And no question now, no question. I close this now. So, leave. Summary. Yeah, what you have done is you have successfully deployed, reskill, update your website on Google Cloud Run. So it's very, very simple to host a website on Google Cloud. What is next? Continue on other labs. More things to learn. So we have done the Cloud Run, right? Try to learn how we can do it on the compute engine and then the Kubernetes engine. So this is a bit more advanced level. Then for the last one, right, the challenge lab, any lab that has the name of challenge lab, right, you don't have the step-by-step instruction. You have to think what to do, how to do it. But all the steps, right, is actually a big combination from the previous lab. If you have question in any of the lab, right, in the earlier session in the introduction by Amrita or Samantha, there's a Slack account, right? You can post your question there. We will try to support you after today also. So you are not alone, yeah. So I think that's all for my session. Any question? No? All good? So I think then that's all. Then if you want to connect me in LinkedIn, this is my LinkedIn profile. Otherwise, good luck in your GCP Boleh challenge. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Laifang, so much for guiding us. Okay. All right, guys, we are moving to the end of our session already. Our next one will be closing and networking sesh and then balik. So I would like to congratulate and thank you guys again for making it today, a Saturday of all days. And we hope that you will continue to complete those tracks. Just a reminder again that you have to complete these tracks by 12th of August. To acquire the Tier 1 swags, you need to complete 6. And to acquire the Tier 2 swags, you need to complete 14. Okay, and the list of quests can be found in the GCP Boleh website. So now before we end, let's all take a photo to commemorate the event. Okay? Can we gather in the middle? Yeah. Outside? Sorry guys, we will be taking a photo outside. So you can leave your stuff here first and we can take outside.